What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Extra Zone Arcade. Today we are going to be doing an analysis, because I already reacted to it earlier, on the Shadow Generations Doom Powers trailer. So we're going to finally get a good look at these things, and also plenty of other surprises right here. Gonna get into it, of course. First, I'm going to play the trailer, because you know how it goes. I can't really necessarily analyze the thing. We can't just jump into it, so we got to play it first, you know. And I'll do a bit of commentary on it as well. So here we go. Here goes the trailer. And there it is. Black Doom comes back out right there. There's so much I want to already talk about, but I'll wait until we actually get to the analysis. So here's the trailer part, of course. Doom spears. So the cool thing here is that we saw that screenshot before. That screenshot was something we saw before, and some of these locations may be looking familiar to you right now. Some of them we've already seen shown off. Some of them maybe we haven't seen just yet. So there's some new stuff going on here. And there it is, looking very Frontiers with that pose right about now. Oh, there's so much to say. There's so much to say. The analysis, man. We're going to be talking about it. So Chaos Island is here, man. Sonic Frontiers. The Sonic Frontiers representation. Guys, I was right. Well, kind of. 50%, but we'll talk about that. We got the Doom Wings next, which obviously, you know, that's the main one we've pretty much seen up to this point. There he goes. So you can just kind of run around normally with those, on top of being able to fly. You know, boost right through enemies there and everything. The Doom Surf. Now, this one's cool as hell. I love this. Very much given kind of Bowser's Fury vibes with the map, like I pretty much predicted. And then there he is. Metal Overlord is back. Well, let's get into the analysis. Basically, right here. So we can see that there's basically this big old oval gate right here that seems like maybe it is where you get the Doom powers from. I'm assuming maybe as you progress through the game, you essentially unlock more and more from this gate. Obviously, the big thing to talk about here is the fact that in the background, you can see the level entrance gate. It's just casually sitting right there. The Space Colony Arc. You can make out the text right there. You can see it, and all the other fun stuff right there. We get another look at it later as well, so we'll definitely pause on that. And there you go. Yeah, you can kind of just still see it off in the background. So there we go. Strike 5 times at once. So yeah, you get to do this big old burst attack where he just goes crazy, and then he fires a whole bunch behind him. And then, all right, here we go. So let's back up a little bit. So we got a new enemy type here. I don't remember this one from Shadow the Hedgehog. This looks like maybe a new type of Black Arms soldier right here. Yeah, essentially you're shooting out Chaos Spears at them. And if you've been paying enough attention, you might recognize this location. It's a little hard to tell at first, but later on in the trailer, it will definitely become more obvious where this is and what game it's from. So yeah, we get another shot over here, more of these kind of cyan enemies with the Wolverine claws right here coming at you. And all right, something interesting right here. So this is obviously Radical Highway, but it looks a little different from how we saw it last time. So obviously, yeah, we got kind of a daytime setting this time around, which is really different. That's really different. You know, we don't usually get Radical Highway during the day. You know, obviously you mostly see it at night. I guess kind of the driving levels in SA2 maybe sort of you get that, but yeah, we actually have it here as a level. And yeah, obviously when we saw it before at the end of the Space Colony Arc level, it was all kind of like the sky was all red, and it was definitely giving off like Shadow the Hedgehog kind of Westopolis vibes. But this time around, it looks like we got clear skies out. We also see other variants of, yeah, so here's the red one. Looks like there might be rain as well to add to this one, which I don't think we saw before. So I'm not sure if these are necessarily going to be different acts, or maybe this all takes place within the same level, where it kind of changes day, changes weather, and that sort of thing. So, you know, essentially that's what we got working with here. And yeah, now you get a better look at it. And I'm just saying, man, Sonic Forces is back. Because that is definitely Sunset Heights. We get a look at Shadow's combo attack right there. Definitely looks like the one from '06 quite a lot. But yeah, if you couldn't tell before, now is this shot right here is the one that absolutely tells you that this is Forces, because yeah, this area, this kind of underground area, this like sewer area, does actually appear in Sunset Heights a couple times. I think in the Avatar level and in the Classic Sonic level in particular. So basically, we have a better version of Sunset Heights, yeah. Better version of Sunset Heights incoming. And yeah, obviously, the thing that really gives it away is the Buzz Bombers right here. This is the Sonic Forces design. That is straight up the Sonic Forces Buzz Bomber. Also, again, we kind of get that enemy with the claws, but this time in red. So there will be different variants. They'll probably have different powers, different attacks within the same kind of enemy class. Maybe the red ones are more powerful versions. Who knows? So yeah, obviously with this attack, you can knock enemies into other enemies and into obstacles and stuff. And yeah, you pause here, you can also see the Forces egg pawn is also right there. So yeah, you also get this nice little after image effect too whenever you do this attack, really selling the speed. The animations in this game are really good, really good from what we've seen. You get a little dotted line as well to show you the direction of the attack. So there we go. And here's a look at Chaos Island, man. Oh my god. Guys, all right. So on Saturday, the video was meant to go up on Friday, but on Saturday we put out a video talking about stages that could potentially appear in both the Sonic Generations remaster as well as in Shadow Generations. And obviously in the Generations remaster portion of that video, the goal was essentially to, you know, add new stages from the games that have come after Generations. So essentially think like 2 eras post Generations. One of which was a Forces stage. I went with the Mystic Forest or Mystic Jungle from Forces rather than Sunset Heights, because I figured, you know, Sunset Heights, you know, we kind of have like Crisis City in the base game that kind of fulfills a similar niche, so I wanted to kind of go with something a little different. Here they went with Sunset Heights though, which I think maybe makes more sense for a Forces representative. And also, since this is in the Shadow Generation side, I don't think it will have as much of a issue of kind of having to stand out amongst you know, the other levels that maybe have a similar theme to it. So I feel like that's perfectly cool here. But one of my other ones was I came up with the idea for a Starfall Islands level where essentially you go between all of the islands. So, I mean, we did get a Frontiers map. We did get one. It wasn't quite the way I thought it was going to be, or the way where I kind of had planned it was going to be in my head. But this right here definitely is really awesome to see, man. Just like the impact that that Frontiers has had on the series definitely has led to this point of it showing up here, and it looks pretty faithful. Like, it looks pretty one-to-one. You know, obviously you got the big volcano there. You got the spiral kind of tower thing that you go up. You have the big old stalactites, stalactites, right? The big old stalactites in the background. Just everything, man. It's even the balloons and like all that assets are basically, you know, taken from the Frontiers version. So yeah, all that stuff is intact. I'd love to see it. So yeah, we get a better look at that. We also get to see some use of this power in the hub world right here, also in Kingdom Valley. And if you look down here, you get the launchers, the egg launcher. Right? Is that what those ones are called? I don't remember, but the ones from 06, they're in there. And then we got this Doom Morph. And look, I posted this on Twitter, right? This thing is just if you fused Venom with the Frenzy Wisp from Colors and just made it into that's literally what this is. And there he is coming out of the ground, all jump scary like. And yeah, here we go. We get a better look at Chaos Island once again. It's just like, it's so cool. Like, Frontiers is such a different game that seeing it kind of translated back into the boost formula again within the open zones at least is really interesting. Also, you can see the Forces Death Egg robot off in the side there, and it's just like I would have wondered really how this kind of would have operated. You know, how would it feel? Would they be able to make it? Would they be able to still give it the same feel of, like, you know, a really open-ended level? Would they, you know, have to kind of strip it back a little bit? Like, what kind of changes and differences would they have to make here? But I feel like they really managed to do a good job of, you know, keeping the feel of it, you know, exactly like it is in Frontiers, while still putting it in the boost formula. So it looks like they did a really good job with that here. Also, we get a look at this power. which essentially allows you to do a web swing, as well as scale up walls and other such things. That one I can imagine being a lot of fun to use. And then, yeah, Doom Wings, we get kind of an extended look at what the cutscene is when you activate it. So yeah, here we go. Now we have a look at Radical Highway at night. So once again, not 100% sure if these like variants of the level are, you know, I'm not sure if these variants of the level are different acts or if it's in the same act, or it could possibly be that every level has a Radical Highway transition. So maybe, you know, the Space Colony Arc Radical Highway that we saw there is, you know, the one with the red sky and everything, or then maybe after you come out of Rail Canyon, it's this kind of nighttime setting version of it. I don't know. Maybe you go back to Radical Highway after each level, essentially, before transitioning back into the hub world. Maybe it's kind of like a bridge, like kind of between the white space and the levels that you go through. That's kind of my working theory right now. I'm not 100% sure on that. These could also really just be different acts. Who knows? Also, they got rid of the GOT ring. The GOT ring isn't there anymore. It just said speed. I'm a little disappointed by that. We can also kind of get a look at some posters over here. So you can see there's a Doom ride right there. It looks like Shadow riding his motorcycle classic. Actually, it doesn't really fully look like it, actually, but it could just be the angle is a bit weird. But yeah, I think maybe that's what that is. We can also see Chaos Soda is back, of course, our favorite. They need to make that a real thing. I want Chaos Soda to be a real drink. So this section is really interesting here. This looks a lot like... So yeah, it looks like you've got these kind of tornadoes to avoid. Definitely a big flight section right here with these rings you go through. This kind of reminds me of the tornado section from Sonic 06 in Crisis City a little bit. Kind of gives vibes like that. You know, really trying to just avoid this, go through the platform, you know, go through the platforming section. Big obstacle course here with the tornadoes. Looks like a lot of fun. Dashing right through the gun beetles. This is a cool poster right here. So it says Beyond Another World. And it looks like, oh my god. And it looks like maybe Shadow standing on a ledge somewhere. And it looks like a very cool movie poster. I'd love to see it. Also, over here, there's some big looking crab enemy. I just noticed that. There's like a big ass crab over here or something holding a what looks like a silver ring. No idea what that means, but that definitely looks like something we're going to have to fight. So looking forward to that for sure. Looking forward to seeing a lot of what the combat sequences in this game are going to be like. You know, after Frontiers, you know, you really do want to keep going with those big enemies that they've kind of established from here on out. So I think it's definitely wise to keep that whole trend going because, you know, that was one of the standout things about that game. And then we get a look at Doom Surf. And, oh yeah, also something to point out is on each of these splash screens, you might have noticed each of the powers actually has its own kind of unique logo to it right here, off in the side. These are really cool designs. Honestly, if I ever got a tattoo, it'd probably be of one of these. But yeah, so we have this thing, and this looks a lot like the little flyer enemies that you go on top of in Shadow the Hedgehog, except this one's a little bit more kind of water-bound, if you want to put it that way. So yeah, there's some surfing sections. Again, very much reminds me of like the sections you get with Plessy and Bowser's Fury. Just the map in general, man. It really is like Bowser's Fury, which kind of was my assumption about the whole thing when it came to the hub world, is that, you know, you really are just getting that kind of big open experience where there's tons of things to do. And yeah, even just like the layout and design of it is like very similar to that. But that's definitely not a bad thing by any stretch. Bowser's Fury was a really, really cool game. You know, that essentially was a similar kind of vibe to what we get here. And yeah, so now we're in the Forces chemical plant. So this is the second Forces level to make its way into this game. Again, would have never seen this one coming. But yeah, you can kind of tell by the structures and the fact that it's a little bit like snowy out and everything like that. And again, it looks pretty much like one-to-one with the original Forces version. So that's really good. I think Forces had some pretty good visual design. So it's nice to see they pulled from that. And of course, Neo Metal Sonic, alright? Metal Overlord himself. He's actually freaking here, dude. He's actually here. Now, the last time we actually saw him in a game, you know, it was Heroes. It was Heroes. And it's just seeing this upgrade to him just looking like this in crisp quality is so cool. Even his attacks are the same. That's like the same kind of swipe attack he does in that final battle. So they really kept it faithful there. That shot We got to go back to that. This shot right here, that is just... I feel like this could be a really good meme format. I feel like you could definitely put a really good meme format right here for this one, honestly. Love that. And then this shot right here, I mean, look, if the last shot was like a good meme format, then this one is like a desktop background, bro. This absolutely goes hard. And I just love how detailed and textured Metal Overlord is here as well. You can see a lot of the kind of scuffs in him and everything. They really just like just the graphics in this game. This is the best looking Sonic game I think we've ever had. Period. Just in terms of the art design, just in terms of the actual graphical like fidelity here, I think we've finally kind of surpassed that tier of Unleashed where it's just like everything has clicked into one to really make it like I think this is the best looking Sonic game of all time. But I mean, it's not a Sonic game, it's a Shadow game, so it doesn't count. But yeah, no, everything about this is pretty much perfect. Man, I can't wait, bro. And of course, you know, at the end there we see the final screen showing you everything that you can get with the pre-orders. And man, I got my pre-order in yesterday. I finally did it. I got the digital deluxe version because obviously I got to make sure I'm there frame one, you know me. Alright, just to quickly add something I didn't get to talk about, we can actually see Omega standing in front of the entrance to the Space Colony Arc level over there, so this means that we're probably going to be unlocking characters as we go through, just like in the original Sonic generations. What is he doing there? I have no idea, but I can't wait to see how he's going to be involved in this story, and if we'll see the other Team Dark member as well. You know, she's got to show up here somewhere as well, so hey, there you go. You know how I operate, so yeah. That's pretty much going to do it. That's our analysis. What do we think else could show up here? You know, I mean, I'd love to see what you guys think could possibly appear in this Shadow Generations campaign. Me personally, at this point, the only thing I need to see is Mephiles. The only thing I need to see is Mephiles. That is the only thing that they need to make this just an absolute 10 out of 10. Right now, they're at a 9.5. All they got to do to push it up to that 10 is just have my boy Mephiles show back up. I mean, look. They can definitely make it happen. I believe in them. I think that this is going to be awesome, bro. I think we're looking at one of the greatest, just honestly, one of the greatest things the Sonic franchise has put out. Like you've already got Sonic Generations, one of the greatest games in the series, and you're just adding even more cool stuff to it, just even more to it. And I can't wait to see how far this can go. I can't wait to see, you know, what maybe stuff they could add even as DLC in the future. Like, this is really something I feel like they could keep adding onto it as well. Like, Generations has always been the perfect platform to just be like, hey, let's do some DLC, let's add some old levels back, let's even add some levels from some of the more recent games, which, you know, they definitely have already done here. But all of that is just stuff that you can definitely get away with doing with Generations, and I think, you know, now is really that opportunity they're seizing here to do that. So I'm so excited, man. I really am. And yeah, we're about to react to the Gamescom presentation, so if there is any more Shadow Generations news to cover, then I will 100% be on it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here. Make sure to follow us on Twitch Live so you can be in the chat with some of these people that you've seen over there on the side. You know, they're pretty cool, and you can be pretty cool like them too. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.